Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, the president, or at least that guy that they say lives in the White House, stuck his foot in his mouth again. Apparently, I mean, maybe he's just letting everybody know what is actually going to happen. But we'll talk about that. And we'll talk about what's going on over in Switzerland and some interesting information that came out today that on one hand isn't as shocking as I thought it would be, but I think it's definitely worth kind of noticing. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. Before we get started, we are having our Prepared Homestead Expo this week. That's right, this Thursday and Friday in South Central Missouri, sort of, whatever. It's in Texas County, which is kind of sort of in the middle, in the southern part of Missouri. It's gonna be a big one for this area. I mean, we're talking several hundred people. There's a lot of vendors. If you're interested in being a vendor, there's still some spots open. I've had a few people in the last few days send me emails wanting to, see if they can get their foot in the door at the last minute, and you can. It's a big property, so we have plenty of room. If you're wanting to just demonstrate a skill, you just want to show people how you know how to do something you know to do that you think kind of pertains to homesteading or prepping, and you just like to show people how to do it. That is completely fine, and we encourage it. So please bring whatever you need to do that. If you want to just sell things, like a swap meet or like a farmer's market, you can do that also. If you just want to promote your business, whatever it is, send me an email. Go to preparedhomesteadexpo.com, and there's all kinds of information there, contact information. You can get a hold of us. I think it's going to be a pretty fun event. We've got a few activities planned during the event, so certainly come if you are able to. So, Sleepy Joe, Potato Head Joe, whatever his name is, he's over in, South Korea and Japan. He's making a little trip over there. And he was asked by some reporters about what we would do if China invaded Taiwan. And he flat out said that we would use military force against them, that we would defend Taiwan with our military.
Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
You are.
That's the commitment we made.
This is a complete reversal of all policies we've ever had. If the former president had said something like this, I can only imagine how many heads in the news media would have exploded. But Joe Biden gets to say it, and the media kind of glazes over, and the White House, issues that's not exactly true. We still, the China one policy is still in place. All the while, China has issued some pretty stern threats that we better be careful with the words that we use, because what he just said, that we would use our military to defend Taiwan, that is a threat of war. And here we are already spending tens of billions of dollars into a proxy war with Russia over in Ukraine. And it looks like he's trying to start a war in the same way with China, except this time he's saying that we would actually be involved. It wouldn't be a proxy war, we would be involved. And as big and as powerful as the United States is, I just don't think that we could handle a two-front war with the other two big world superpowers. I think it would spread us too thin, and I think that's something to be concerned with. We've all been talking and thinking and wondering, is all this leading up to World War III? I think the stage is being set, okay? Is it going to happen soon? Is it going to happen months or years down the road? I don't know, but I do believe that the stage is being set. There's just too many things happening right now to just ignore it and say, nothing's ever going to become of it. I think something could happen, and this new threat to China from Joe Biden is something that I believe that we should be a little concerned with, because that's a big deal. That's actually a really big deal, that we would say something to that nature. So that's the first thing. But the big thing that I wanted to talk about is what's going on over in Switzerland, in Davos, actually. The World Economic Forum is having their annual big, kumbaya get together. There are probably lots of seances and dancing around idols, and who knows what's going on over there. But what we do know is what's happened outside of it. Many of you know who Jack Posobiec is. He's an independent reporter. He's been on One America News and a few other, different types of news sites and stuff. He's big on Twitter. Again, you probably all know who he is. He was detained he went to Davos to report on the World Economic Forum meeting. And there's video of him that the police there stopped him and detained him. In the video footage, they asked the police why he was being detained, if there was a reason for it, and they said, yes, there's a reason, but we're not telling you. They claimed that they were not allowed to film police in Switzerland, and maybe that's true. I haven't checked the laws there. I'm sure there are different laws than what there are here. But the main thing that I want to get to is not so much that Jack Posobiec was detained, and I don't know if he's been released yet or not. Maybe he has been by the time that this video's come out. But the thing that a few people have focused in on, but I don't know if enough have, is when the police are talking to him, and there's video of this. If you focus in on the shoulder patch of the police, the top patch, it's in their native language, and it looks, like probably a police patch, whatever police unit. But below that, there's an additional patch. And here it is right here. And it says World Economic Forum Police. It appears to be an image of maybe two rams headbutting and fighting. There's an image below that I'm not quite sure what it is. I don't know if it's some kind of piece of a monument or art. It almost looks like buildings that's been collapsed, but I don't want to jump to conclusions on that. But I think the bigger concern is, or the thing is, World Economic Forum has their own police force. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising that they have their own security. I mean, a big, organization such as that, of course they would have their own security forces. But police force, when they're standing there talking to this reporter, Jack Posobiec, one is carrying what appears to be some type of submachine gun, possibly an automatic weapon. It's, we can't know that for certain, but certainly it's more than just a pistol. And he's standing there, and they've surrounded him, and they're wearing patches of World Economic Forum police. And yet, when we mention the World Economic Forum, even amongst conservative circles, because there's a lot of Republicans and conservatives that are on board with the World Economic Forum, when we mention it, we get the eye roll. That's one of the deep conspiracy theories. Oh, you buy into that the World Economic Forum's bad, that there's some kind of world dominant power, and oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Why do they have their own police force? Or is this the police in Davos that have their patches on it too? There are people online speculating, and this is just speculation, that the area of the country or the whole town, or maybe that part of town where the World Economic Forum buildings are that area is under the control of the World Economic Forum, like its own city, almost, or its own independent, nation of some sort, much in the same way maybe the Vatican is in Rome. This is kind of interesting. And I don't have a whole lot more information than basically what I've told you, what has been shown, but I suspect that there will be some people that will do a little bit of digging into this, because I think that this is if nothing else, it shows that we're not dealing with just some casual group of, bankers and corporate leaders and intellectuals that just want to come up with a better plan on how the world runs. This is a very authoritarian, domineering organization that is hell-bent on destroying freedoms and liberties all across the planet, and ushering in this Agenda 2030 Great Reset under their power. And if people cannot see that, I just don't know what to tell them, folks. I just don't know. The stuff that they've talked about, it's being put into place. You know, they're not just saying, well, it'd be nice if this happens someday. They're saying this is what's going to happen. And guess what? It happens. They are obviously in control. I remember, and I've looked and I can't find it, but I remember reading an article 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was before the whole health crisis stuff. And it was a mainstream news article, but I can't find it anymore. And the reporter was saying that, you know, we hear of the men that rule the world, you know, the people that rule the world. And often it's asked, who are these people? They, I get it asked on here all the time. Who are the they that you're talking about? And the reporter said, if you want to know who they are, look at the membership of the World Economic Forum. And that's the they. That's the people that rule the World Economic Forum, the membership of that. And a lot of those people are also members of other big, you know, global entities. But the point is, they have their own police force. I mean, the UN has its own military. The World Health Organization is getting ready for a treaty to take away, you know, whatever. At what point are people going to kind of take, you know, pause and pay attention to this, folks? This isn't a far-off conspiracy theory. This isn't some possibility of that are happening. These are the most powerful people on the planet. These are the most wealthy people on the planet. They control media, they control corporations, they control banks, they control virtually everything. And we think that maybe they're not going to do what they say they're going to do, or that they don't have the power to do what they say that they're going to do, or that maybe their plans won't work. Well, they control virtually everything. Why wouldn't their plans work? All they have to do is get all the people on the phone that are needed to make the plan work, because they control them all, and give them their orders. At what point are people going to realize that these, you know, NGO, like the World Economic Forum and the World Health Organization and even the UN, I mean, what are they? We don't know, but are they a non-government or are they a government? They're kind of a little bit of both. That these entities, that they're real, they're legitimate, and they are powerful, and that they have a very intent purpose in taking away everything that you and I hold dear. Our religious freedoms, our personal freedoms, our freedoms to defend ourselves, our traditional values, everything. They want to make it some kind of brave new world, you know, / 1984 utopia. And they're going to get away with it too, until, you know, God the Father and his Son put a stop to it. But until that day comes, we have to deal with it. And you and I need to get our houses in order. We need to get prepared in ways that you probably never thought you needed to. Coming to an event like we're having this weekend is an excellent way to do that, because, you know, one of the best things that's going to happen this weekend, our people are going to get to know each other. They're going to meet. They're going to, you know, stand around and talk and plan and figure things out amongst themselves, and also energize themselves, realizing that they're not alone out there in the way that we think. But you've got to get your houses in order. You've got to start realizing that these plans that these globalists are doing, they're not just planning this, they're enacting on their plans. They're doing it. They're putting their plans into motion, and we're seeing it on a daily basis. So folks, prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.